up, Rising Queens? It's your girl Tiffany with a new episode for you all. I hope the school year has been starting off on a good note and that you ladies have gotten used to your schedules and routines for school and home. This week, I want to talk about loyalty and friendships. One of the things that brings me the most interest every school year is seeing friends come together again after summer break and new friendships being formed, especially when it's the first year of middle school and freshman year of high school. Those exact school years are unique because they both represent a new beginning to a new journey. Middle school symbolizes the beginning of the transition from a little kid to a teenager and developing new interests, as well as embarking on the discovery of who you are. High school represents a transition and development of young womanhood, honing in on the new skills that one has developed and getting prepared for life after high school. I remember the excitement and nervousness of both of those specific years when I was young. Going to a different school with a different group of kids had me wondering, how would I connect and get along with them? In high school, it was a different feeling because this time, most of the students from the middle school were going to the same high school. Yet, I was still anxious on who I was going to be in homeroom with. There were some new students that had entered into the high school coming from a different middle school, but we made sure that those students felt welcomed. Overall, in both of those unique experiences, it was smooth and easy to make friends. However, sometimes those friendships that were formed in the beginning can go through challenges and hurdles, testing the loyalty and strength of the friendship. I've experienced my share of challenges in friendships, and the one gem I can offer you, Rising Queens, is to never turn your back on a real friend. Here is a story I will tell that exemplifies this gem. Keep in mind that I will use fake names to protect the identity of the involved participants. Naomi, Lena, Alicia, and myself became friends in the beginning of our freshman year. Naomi and I had been friends since 7th grade, while Lena and Alicia were new to our school. Our school was both a middle school and high school, so when Naomi and I went into high school, we met Alicia and Lena there. The four of us were very cool with one another. We hung out together, we went to our first high school dance, and even sat together at lunch. Even though we all were good friends, I had developed a deeper bond with Alicia. Alicia was the type of friend that would literally give you the shirt off of her back. If someone was bothering any of her friends, she was there in an instant to defend them. She was a very kind-hearted person and understanding. There were many times when Alicia would offer to pay for my drink or my cookie when we would cash out for lunch, even though I had the money. There were also a couple times where she paid for both her and my lunch. We talked on the phone every day and shared our deepest secrets and feelings. Even though Alicia and I became very close friends, something happened that had put a fork in the road of our friendship. One day after school, Naomi, Lena, and I stayed after school to hang out and chill. We were discussing our favorite dance hall reggae artists at the time and emulating some of the dances from one of his music videos. Then, all of a sudden, Lena brings up Alicia. She talks about how Alicia was too forward and bold. She asked Naomi and I if we agreed, and we did. Lena then suggested that we write a letter to Alicia saying what we thought of her personality and that we did not want to be close to her anymore. Lena wanted all of us to agree that we were no longer going to hang out with Alicia. Naomi and I were hesitant about it because we both knew that Alicia was a good friend. But a few minutes later, Naomi agreed. However, I felt bad about turning my back on Alicia because she never did anything wrong to me. Alicia was a great friend, and I did not want to break the bond that her and I shared. Also, I had never been the kind of friend to turn my back on another friend unless if it was to protect myself and my energy. Nevertheless, I reluctantly agreed, but felt sick to my stomach. I knew what I had done was wrong, and it was going to ruin the bond that Alicia and I developed. When Lena finished writing the letter, she signed all of our names to the letter. Then she folded it in 3 parts, and on the front of it, she wrote Alicia's name. Lena instructed that she would give the letter to Alicia at lunch, and we would sit at a separate table. I hated what I had done in that moment, but the damage was already done, and I had to go along with what I agreed on. The next day at lunch, Lena gave Alicia the letter, and us 3 sat at a separate table. After reading the letter, Alicia yelled out, "Really? Ugh!" Naomi, Lena, and I looked over at her and then turned back to each other and continued eating our food. To be honest, I had no real reason to separate myself and dislike Alicia. I was a horrible friend for turning my back on her. After freshman year, Naomi had enrolled at another high school, and Lena had moved on to another group of girls to befriend, which left me alone without any close friends. All of the girls in my class were just associates, not people that I would actually call my friends. Those 3 years of not having any other close bonds at my high school were the most awkward because I really did not fit in with any other cliques in the school. People who I thought I was cool with were not really cool with me at all. I guess you can say that was my karma and a harsh lesson that I needed to learn. Alicia moved on to be accepted by another group of girls that embraced her, which she deserved. However, one day during my senior year, I was sitting on the steps waiting to be picked up from school. I saw Alicia coming down the stairs and we said hi to each other. Alicia sat down next to me and we began to talk, asking each other how we have been and talked about how much we missed writing songs together. I apologized to her for my actions freshman year and how I really felt about what I did. Alicia accepted my apology. We made up and became friends again. I know that was quite a long story, but it is important to recognize how we can ruin great friendships just because someone is being true to themselves. I learned my lesson after that situation to never be that fake friend and to never let go of a real friend just because someone else has a problem with that friend. Always use your discernment. In this day and age, real friends are hard to come by. So if you have a friend, or if you befriend someone who is authentic and true, keep that person around and never let anyone or anything persuade you to drop that friend. If you enjoyed this episode, please like, comment, and share this episode and this podcast. Follow me on Instagram at Precious_Gems Podcast, Facebook at Precious Gems for the Rising Queen Podcast, TikTok and Snapchat at Precious Gems. Subscribe to my YouTube channel at Precious Gems Podcast. Take care, Rising Queens. Talitha Kumi.